You's the real one, I'm inspired.
Okay, y'all, we're gonna start this glow up with the most time-consuming one, which is my hair. I got caught in the rain the other day and my hair is just like, I mean, look at it. It looks insane. It looks crazy. I need to actually get these K-tips removed and redone, but I thought this would actually be a really good time to show you how I bring my hair back to life, because like my special skill is doing my hair. I've always done my own hair. I'm really good at actually doing my own hair. Got some new products that I want to try today. Not products, new like devices. Spoiler alert, it is the Dyson blow dryer. I know it's been out for a while, but I finally just invested in it, so I want to test it today. So let me quickly show you what I use on my hair. Okay, so there's 3 main shampoos that I use depending on just what my hair needs for the week. Try to wash my hair at least once a week. The first one is very hydrated. It means my hair is very, dry. This is the Amika The Cure. This is a strength repair. This is the conditioner, but I have the shampoo. This is the shampoo right here. I really like this one. These ones are a little bit more intense. This one is from Way. It is the detox shampoo. That means I have a lot of buildup in my hair. My hair looks very oily. I do have low porosity hair, so this one I probably use twice a month, not every single time. And then this is the Olaplex No. 4 Bond Maintenance Shampoo. I will honestly probably use these 2 today. This one time and then this to follow it up. Those are the ones that I'm gonna use right now. I always detangle before I get into the shower, especially today though, because my natural hair did kind of like puff up since I got caught out in the rain. And then you especially want to detangle with when you have K-tips in your hair, or micro links, or just any kind of like single extension like tape-ins or something. You want to make sure you detangle from root to tip before you get into the shower. Before I got K-tips, I got an amino acid treatment on my natural hair, which really just tames the hair. Obviously it kind of wore off right now. It lasts for about 3 months, I believe, and it's been 4 months that I've had these K-tips and my natural hair out. I got that right before I got my K-tips. I am getting my K-tips put right back in my head. I really enjoyed my K-tips. They made me feel really confident. I didn't have to get my hair done every month, like kind of how I was going to get it. Kind of on the trajectory I was getting it done. They are so expensive. They're just so expensive. They work for my lifestyle. They work for me. I probably will try micro links after these. So I think that's the route that I'm going to do. I do relax my edges though. I do relax my edges just because like I work out a lot. And I was just putting heat and product and buildup on my edges that it actually ended up doing my edges a service when I relaxed them, because I don't put heat on them since they're chemically straightened. So, there's opinions on relaxers or whatever. I use a relaxer on my edges. I am going to deep condition my hair because I'm pretty sure this is the last time that I will physically be doing my own hair before I go into the salon, and I don't think I booked a conditioning treatment. I'm gonna make sure I do a deeper conditioner. So my hair is all, now it's like nice and soft and all detangled. So let's get into the shower. Okay, y'all, this is what the hair is looking like once we get out of the shower. There is no conditioner in my hair because I'm going to do a deep conditioner. And like I keep mentioning, I have low porosity hair. So if I were to do a, 3-minute conditioner in there and then do a deep conditioner, my hair, it just can't handle it. It has low porosity, so it doesn't absorb things very, very well. But the thing with K-tips as well is you want to detangle at every single point. So we detangled before our shower. Now I'm going in with a detangling wet brush, and I'm also going to be detangling post-shower. I'm also being very cognizant to be very, very soft. Like, this is probably the most vulnerable my K-tips will be when they are wet and post when I'm done deep conditioning them. I'm gonna do something today called multi-masking. I don't know why I got it in my head for so long that, I chose one hair mask for, my entire head, not realizing that certain parts of my head, like the back of my head or, my edges, maybe needed something different. So I use 2 or 3 masks on my hair for different sections of my hair. Now, if you want to use 3 masks, maybe you use a mask that mainly is on your scalp, and then you use a different mask mainly for the ends of your hair. I like to focus on my edges and then also just the ends of my hair. I have pretty good scalp care. I'll show you what I do for my scalp care after we rinse out the deep condition. And I keep in the deep conditioner anything less than an hour. So probably like 45 minutes to an hour, and during this time I will usually habit stack. So I'll usually take my dog out on a walk, I will clean the kitchen, or I'll clean my house, I'll get some work done. Sometimes I will do a face mask if I'm doing like an entire self-care night. I'm gonna do a face mask later tonight because this is actually the middle of the day that I'm filming this right now. I don't want to do like a face mask and not have all the benefits have time to soak into my skin. So that is my hair all detangled. I'll show you the 2 masks that I use. The first mask that I use is the Amika. Again, this is the Cure from the Cure line. This is the Intensive Strength Repair Mask. I use this on my edges and really delicate parts of my hair because it needs just a lot. I am running low. Oh my gosh, it's almost gone. So I'm gonna have to mix today, but obviously this is one of my favorite. I included this in my April favorites on my Instagram. I do like a monthly favorites, but this is the Briogeo Don't Despair Repair Hair Strengthening Mask. I really obviously like this one a lot, but we are gonna have to, this isn't bad. It just, I might have to dilute it a little bit because as you can see, she's thick. She is thick. That is why I use this on my edges. I slather my edges with this just so it gets a really, really nice coating. But for someone with low porosity hair like me, this isn't an every week thing. So we are gonna apply this one to all the more sensitive, delicate parts of my hair, like my edges, the front of my hair, and then the back of my head. And then we're gonna mix this one with a little bit of water to dilute it down a little bit, and then whatever is left of the Briogeo, and then I'm gonna use that for mainly the ends, and then we will let that settle in for an hour. It has been a little bit over an hour. I was listening to my audio book while cleaning up. So let's go ahead and wash this out. I'm not gonna get back in the shower. Just gonna do it the old-fashioned way and wash my hair in the sink, and then when I'm done washing it all out on like lukewarm water, I will do a final rinse with cold water just to close that cuticle, add a nice like luster or shine to the hair, and then we will move on to using our new blow dryer. I'm very excited. Okay, so we washed all the conditioner out of our hair. So effectively, there's nothing in our hair right now. Your hair should be super, super easy to detangle. You know, we've cleansed it with 2 different shampoos. We've done a deep conditioner with 2 different masks. My hair, as you can see, is super, super easy to detangle. Even with the K-tips in, I get a lot of questions like, how's the maintenance with the K-tips? Super easy. I would say, honestly, the hardest time period I've ever done my K-tips is when they were fresh. As your hair grows and the longer you wear your K-tips, it just gets easier because it just becomes completely blended with your natural hair. I'm sticking true to my word and I am making sure to detangle at every step. Now, this immediate next step is optional. I also didn't really towel dry my hair. My hair is still kind of like sopping wet right now. This immediate step is not necessary. I just really care about my edges. This is the Amika, the same line, The Cure. Promise you this isn't sponsored by them. It's a multitask strength treatment. The real purpose of this is to put this in your hair kind of like while you're masking, and then you're supposed to wash it out after a couple of minutes. But the purpose that I use this for is I use this around all those sensitive areas. So I've injected it with moisture, and this is kind of how it's going to keep on being moisturized, you know, until the next time I decide to wash my hair. So put that, all the areas that I mainly put the other Amika multitasking mask. So put that on my edges. That smells so good. The main thing that I'm going to do is I'm gonna use, this is from Color Wow. This is the Dream Coat Supernatural Spray. This is how I work out and maintain my hair being straight and manageable. But you wanna make sure your hair is really damp when you use this, and you wanna make sure you douse your hair in this. Now, I'm all out of this, but this is my holy grail. I have nothing left in it, but it's a blow dry spray from Kerastase. It makes your hair super, super easy and fast to blow dry, so I love this. I am gonna go in with the Olaplex. This is the Moisturize and Mend Leave-In Conditioner. This is the number 5. So I'm actually going to do the Color Wow first. Easiest way I find to do this is to start at the front of my hair, because your hand will get tired doing this. So I want to start where it means the most, and then the back of my head. Really targeting the nape of my neck because that's where, you know, I sweat. So I target all of those areas, and then it's really just about sectioning my hair off and making sure to get that root and really where my natural hair is and spraying it. So we will do that, and then we will blow dry the hair. You know it's serious when we've turned into a t-shirt. We're about to start blow drying. This, I've never used this before. This is the Dyson, like this, the iconic. I didn't get the air wrap or anything like that. I just got all of the attachments. I think this is if you know what, like for curly hair. I don't even know. I guess I'm gonna use this one today. And then there's this one that's more targeted. I guess we should just test them out, right? I'll probably use this one the most. I don't know what the hell this is, so. This is the device. Honestly, she's beautiful. She's absolutely beautiful. We're about to figure it out together. Okay, I should have read the instructions. Okay. Oh. Very powerful. Okay. Okay, luckily that was pretty simple. It's a magnetic attachment. I'm gonna go ahead with my hair. The way that I like to blow dry it is I like to just section it from like the bottom, the middle, and then the top of my head. I put most of my emphasis on the bottom of my head because, again, I'm just thinking in terms of like I work out a lot and I really need this part of my hair to be the straightest. And that Color Wow is activated by heat, so you can't just put it on and go throughout your day like a normal blow dry. And if you even find yourself needing to do a couple more sprays of it, just to douse the hair even more, You can't ever have too much of this stuff. I just have this like open attachment, and I'm gonna do it on medium heat and low airflow. Okay, we're done blow drying the hair. Final assessment on this, it wasn't anything like life-changing. I think this attachment specifically worked really, really well for my hair. I will say that I feel like my hair feels a little less damaged, if that's possible. I know it's just hot air, and blow drying is probably one of the lesser heat damages that you can do, but my hair feels really, really, really soft. Not that it doesn't with my other blow dryer, but I can tell I used a different tool. Don't know if that's 1,000,000% worth your money. I think the T3 one was perfectly fine. But I do like all the attachments. She's expensive though, and I do feel like my hair is softer. So right now what we're gonna be doing is, first off, I make sure to do heat protectant spray at every stage. So that leave-in conditioner had some heat protectant in it. I'm spraying the Neuro Style Protect. Is up to 450 degrees. So what I do is I like to not touch my hair for the rest of the week. Like, I only like to put heat on my hair once a week. So what I do is I make sure that my curls or my waves or my kind of blowout look looks good all week long. So the way that I do that is I'm just a little bit more careful today so I don't have to redo it. First things first in terms of heat is I make sure to pull down all of the hair that's going to be, you know, touching skin throughout the week when I'm working out, whatever it might be. I separate that out. I don't really like to include it like the rest of my head and everything else. I like to single it out and flat iron it. I'm using all T3 products, but y'all should know by now everything will be linked down in the description. And I do one long pass because, again, we don't want to heat damage our hair, but we do want to make sure that it looks good all week long. And remember, we have that dream coat in our hair, and I'll do my edges and everything like that. Our edges are good. I let my hair down. Now, oh my gosh, my hair is so soft. I'm gonna go back in and resection my hair almost like the same section that I had when I was blow drying my hair. I really look at my week ahead. If I have events to go to, or if I am editing a lot and I'm not really gonna be doing my hair, what I will do is I will actually straighten my hair. Just straighten it, and then, you know, if I have somewhere to go at the end of the week, then I will curl it. And that's when I'll do my curls. If I have a lot of events to go to for the week and I need my hair to look good continuously, then I will go ahead and I will curl it now. Two main products you want to get are the Kenra Thermal Styling Spray and then the Finishing Spray. These are like a prime and seal kind of product. It's a heat activated spray. So basically what I do with this, I'll show you, I'll talk it through to you one time and then I'll do my whole head. But we already have that heat protectant on our hair. I go through one pass, I take the spritz, not anything crazy. And then I take my curling iron, making sure to not place any direct heat on my K-tip. And I will go through and I will curl it. Wait about 10 seconds. And of course you will have a beautiful curl. And then I just showed you on like a little baby piece, but I take a little clip and I am a big, big, big pin girl. So I'll gather it up. I'll take the finishing spray and I will seal it. And that is how I create my long-lasting curls. I mean, it's not gonna be super, super curly because this hair, like, it's not like a curly texture, it's a wavy texture, but it should hold its shape for most of the week, even when I'm working out. So I'll show you one more time. I go through with a flat iron. All this is going to do is smooth the hair. I'll go through with that. Doesn't mean anything crazy. And then I take my curling iron, and that is when I'll start curling. I'm gonna do that around my whole head. Okay, we are all done with the pin curls. It's about 7 at night right now. I'm gonna do just one last finishing spray. I really just go to bed like this. I let it set for a really, really, really long time. And then I wake up to beautiful curls, and then I'll do the heatless curls throughout the week. But I will show you how these look tomorrow. But we still have to do our hygiene routine. I still want to do a really good face mask, do a skincare kind of reset. And then of course our lash extensions, and then maybe some feminine care. So let's get to that. So the next thing on our DIY self-care maintenance, like I already feel good enough already, but I also feel like part of this DIY beauty maintenance that is actually integral to it is my oral hygiene routine. Now, something that I'm a little bit embarrassed to admit is that I think I just did mouthwash after toothpaste. Sometimes I flossed after toothpaste. It really wasn't until TikTok, which I learned the correct order to actually do your oral hygiene routine. I got my veneers. I now have to take supreme care of my teeth if I want my veneers to last a long time. But then also my veneers don't cover all of my actual teeth. So my teeth that aren't covered up by veneers are, you know, at the back of my mouth. So it's really, really important that I take care of those as well. And we hate bad breath. We hate yellow stained teeth. You'll be surprised how much your smile can age you. Your smile is one of the first things people see. So I take it very, very seriously. Order that I do it is I do a water flosser or a regular floss, then go in with mouthwash, and then I brush my teeth. And it's really just kind of simple. I use a whitening gel. I can't use the strips or the trays. They just don't work for me. I use the Smile Actives Pro Whitening Gel. Smile Actives is the sponsor of today's video. So thank you so much, Smile Actives, for sponsoring today's video and supporting this community and keeping us looking young and beautiful and bright and happy and confident in our smile. So I've been using the Smile Actives Pro Whitening Gel for a few months now because I noticed that my real teeth, you know, while I was brushing them, while I was flossing them, they were starting to look discolored from my veneers. They were starting to look a little yellow, a little stained. The Smile Active's Pro Whitening Gel boosts stain removal while delivering active whitening ingredients that get into the nooks and crannies of your tooth. You can see results within 7 days, and your teeth can look up to 8 shades lighter in 14 days. It's really, really easy to use. No extra products or devices needed. You really just simply add this to your toothpaste. I personally haven't experienced any sensitivity, and I have a very, very sensitive teeth. It's really gentle on my teeth, but effective on the stains. And it fits so seamlessly into my morning and my nighttime routine and just gives me a lot of confidence. This is really great if you're a low maintenance to be high maintenance girly, if you're busy, if you're looking to make some great first impressions. Even if you travel as much as me, I love bringing the 1 ounce just because it's so integral into my routine. Love keeping up with the whitening and the health of my teeth. Best part is I've partnered with Smile Actives to bring you an amazing deal for our community. You buy 1 gel, you can get the second free. You can have a backup, give it to a friend, give it to a family member. Nice white teeth are such a confidence booster. I love me some Smile Actives. I'll have the link down in my bio. Let me know if you try it out. But again, thank you so much, Smile Actives, for sponsoring today's video and supporting this community. Hello, beautiful. Welcome back. So I am actually about to head to bed right now, but I did want to do a little bit of DIY self-care, skincare on my skin and really listen to what my skin needs. I definitely like overly chemically exfoliated this past week, especially around my nose area. It's super, super tight. So I want to physically exfoliate off some of that dead skin that's been piling up because kind of overdid it. And then I want to go in with one of my favorite hydrating masks. This is the Summer Fridays jet lag mask. I think I've bought like 20 of these by now. It's just like a go-to mask that I know is going to work well for my skin. The exfoliator, the physical exfoliator that I'm using right now is the Zeo Skin Health exfoliating polish. I should have gotten one of the facial scrubs from Face Reality. Y'all know I just switched to Face Reality. I decided to take a little break from Zeo Skin Health, but I love their exfoliating skin polish. It makes my skin feel so good. So that is what I am doing in terms of skincare as of right now. And I'm gonna leave this on for 20 minutes. So let's get going. Okay, girl, we have our mask on. I have a timer set for 20 minutes. 2 minutes have passed. While we're waiting, I quickly want to go over the feminine care that I am going to do tonight/tomorrow. I'm gonna warn you, a lot of these products are from Love Wellness. When it comes to pH care and down there care, they've never led me astray. I'm sure, you know, there's other niche brands, there's other brands out there. Let me know down in the comments if you have like a feminine care brand. I've just genuinely haven't been led wrong by this brand. I love the packaging, I love the ingredients. Nothing has burned, nothing has thrown off my pH balance. If anything, it's helped. So I want to walk you quickly through like what I do. So I love these so much. This is what we're going to start off doing tonight. This is the Love Wellness pH Balance Wipes. I think every woman should just have, you know, balancing wipes or some type of feminine care wipes, especially the ones, these are like the ones at home, but they have thinner packs to just throw in your purse. I mean, you just never know. It could be a rough toilet paper that throws off your pH balance. You might be out and about, you know, summer's coming up. Like these wipes They're so good. Gentle, fragrance free to refresh and moisturize your intimate area. So I'm going to go in with one of these. And then tonight what I'm going to be doing is this is also from Love Wellness. This is called The Killer. It's a boric acid vaginal suppository. I do this every single time I get off of my period for like 2 or 3 days. So that's why I'm doing like a whole bunch of like feminine care. And I think that's why I'm doing like this whole like glow up kind of routine, because I've been like my luteal phase and my menstruation phase, like once I get into like my follicular and ovulation phase, I want to feel good again, and I want to feel good down there. So this just cleans everything out. It says maintains normal levels of yeast for a healthy vaginal environment. Just cleans everything out. Any smells, any extra stuff, it just cleans you out. And I do that overnight. I wear some granny panties, keep it like that. And I make sure to, you know, wipe with one of these before I put this in. Because then when I get up in the morning and I take my morning shower, I go in with the Love Wellness pH Balanced Cleanser. Y'all have seen this in all of my videos. This probably should have gone in my hygiene routine, and I'll show you more. You'll see this in my hygiene routine, but that's just going to clear everything out there. You may notice a little bit of a smell in the morning from the boric acid suppository. Nothing crazy. It's going to go away, but you're going to make sure, you know, you're going to clean up everything, especially because it comes out of your body a little bit. So you want to make sure you're nice and clean for the day. When I get out of the shower, I like to pair it with Comfy Cream. This is a daily vulva moisturizer. You can just use your normal moisturizers down there, but again, I like taking care of her down there. It makes me feel feminine, makes me feel glowed up. It's a part of my body that, you know, I want to celebrate. I feel confident when I embrace that part of my body and I celebrate it. So I really like using this. Then I probably do this once or twice a week, but I take the Topicals Slather, and this is an exfoliating body serum, and I put this on my bikini line. I don't put it in anywhere, but I put this around my bikini line, especially heading into summer. Just lightens up those areas. Really helps with ingrown hairs, because I suffer from ingrown hairs down there because I work out. It's just very good for my bikini area. So that is what I'm doing right now while I go to bed, mainly those wipes and the boric acid suppositories. I'll get up, I'll clean, I'll use a serum when I get out of the shower, and then I will use the Comfy Cream, and I will be all good to go. I need to set up for tomorrow, so that is what I'm going to be doing while I let the rest of this dry. So I'll see you in a bit. I'm not sure what they put in that mask, but every time my skin is always like, I feel like it's like plump and hydrated, like back to normal. I'm gonna finish up my skincare with some favorites, and then I want to meet you when I'm about to go to bed to show you how I'm gonna do like my instant de-bloating routine in the morning. Hello girl. So it is the morning time. So that first night I go to sleep with pin curls in my hair, but day to day I use the overnight blowout. These don't give me like crazy curls or whatever. They do give me that kind of blowout volume look. And again, this is a couple days past when I actually washed my hair and everything. I'd say it still looks pretty good. It's very voluminous. I do want to try the sock curl method. I saw that pop up on my timeline the other day. But for right now, this gives me that voluminous kind of effortless curl to my hair. The only product that I put in my hair day to day, and this is really dependent on if I'm going somewhere, is a little bit of hair wax. This one is from Care. I prefer hair wax over edge control personally. I just find edge control is just a little bit too heavy for my edges. And with a wax stick, I just find there's a little bit more like essential oils and actually nourishing ingredients. And I don't have that shiny look from edge control. I feel like the wax stick looks pretty natural. In day to day, that is all that I do. And sometimes I don't even have to really do the wax stick, because it's lasted me you know, throughout the day from the previous day. Now today I'm just chilling at home, so I'm not gonna put any hairspray on these. Like, why even add the extra product in there? But if I was going out, then I would spritz the curls with a little bit of hairspray, but I also wouldn't take my hair out until right before, you know, I was about to leave. That is my hair done. So pretty, so effortless. Let's move on to lashes. Okay, so now we're finally gonna do the lashes. I get asked 50 million times, like, who does my lashes? What's the lash map that I tell my lash artist? And then they find out that I DIY my lashes. And they're just like, oh, how do you do it and everything like that. Like, I think my lip combo and my lash extensions are probably the #1 questions that I get asked. I love the look of when my lashes are done personally on me. I also love the look when I don't have lashes, but I simply don't have time to go get my lashes done every 2 weeks. And then I feel like after a week, inevitably, they look sparse, or I don't like the shape anymore, and then you have to sit in laying down and just like, I don't want to deal with any of it. So when I do my own lashes, if I want the look of no lashes one day, then I can just take them out. If I want a full set, then I can, you know, just change up the look, change up the lash map. I've done a couple of different lash maps over the years. I'll show you the one that I've been doing lately. I will link, basically all you need is a mirror, lots of light, lashes. I'll link my favorite ones down below, but I'll specifically highlight the ones that I'm using today. These are like really, really fluffy. I don't know if you can see, but these are really wispy. And then I personally use, is this Maybelline? Whatever. I use Falscara. It has a bond side and a seal side. So that's really, really all you're gonna need. Maybe a good podcast, maybe, you know, a good YouTube video to watch to pass the time. I also recommend doing this in the morning time and then after you take a shower, because if you've ever gotten lash extensions before, you shouldn't really take a shower 24 to 48 hours, you know, after you get them done, just so you can just optimize, you know, the amount of time that your lashes do last. It's the same thing for DIY lashes. So I do this in the morning, so right after a shower, so I have all day. I'm not gonna be, you know, immediately closing my eyes and going to sleep, and then I'm not letting the steam or any like humidity or anything like that ruin the bond. So I'm gonna zoom you in for this. Hello. So hopefully that is a good angle for you. So I am taking the bond side of my Falscara. This is what it looks like. The main thing you want to do with this is you don't need it to actually go straight to like the root of your lashes. I think that's a lot of times how people end up getting them like stuck together when they go to sleep. When like, who said that it needs to go to the root? It doesn't need to necessarily go to the root. So I really just coat kind of like the mid shaft of the lash and then up. As you can see, I have very, very little lashes. Years and years of that harsh lash glue just kind of like ruined my lashes. So I prefer lash extensions. So that is what I do, and I work on one eye at a time. Now you want to grab your lashes, and then you also want to grab some tweezers. Now I don't want super, super dramatic lashes this time, so I'm gonna actually start with the 16th. If I really had like a huge event to go to, I would start off with the 18th, and you'll see what I'm talking about when I go to my lash map. But I take one. Oh, I actually barely have any 16s left. I'm gonna have to use my 18s. Never mind. We're gonna go a little bit dramatic today. But that's fine. The 18s aren't super, super long for my eye shape. But I'm going to get an 18 against my will. Take one. This is what it looks like. Now we already have the bond on our lashes, but I also like to go ahead and put a little bit on the band just to kind of double seal it a little bit. I'm taking the lash, and again, it doesn't have to go to the root. I'm just placing it on there, and it's literally as easy as that. Now with the ends, you kind of do have to toy with them a little bit because they don't have anything to really, they don't have another lash to anchor. They don't have another lash extension to kind of hold itself up. It's just based off of, you know, your lashes. So you do want to play with it just a little bit. Make sure that it is in line, and that's how we're gonna do that. I'm gonna take a second 18 and I'm gonna put it pretty close to that other 18. Now, some people say to overlap. I don't really think that's necessary. I sometimes find that when you initially overlap throughout the week, they can start to like clump together and lose the shape that you're trying to create. So again, I'm just working that in, and it'll be pretty natural, like where you want it to fall. Now I'm going in with a 16. That is what a 16 looks like. And I'll also put my lash map down below, but I follow this step all throughout my eye. Okay, let's do this across the whole eye. Okay, so that is how the eye looks right now. It looks a lot different in the sun. Right now, I'll go into the shade once I'm done. But we are taking our falscara and we're gonna go to the other side of it to this seal part, making sure we load up the wand. This part is really, really important. You wanna go through and just lightly tap. It's gonna seem like nothing is getting on there, but I promise you, it will. And then you wanna be very careful when you do this part. You wanna lean your head a little bit more back and tap it everywhere that the your natural lash meets it. We basically wanna cancel out all of that sticky bond glue so it seals to the natural lash. And then once that is all dry, I will go through and I will like pinch it with my fingers just to like extra stick on. So that's how that lash looks right now. I'm gonna go and do the other eye and I will show you at the end how they look. Okay, the second eye is done. I think the light might be too harsh for you to really see the final result. So I will go into the shade so you can see it. I swear, whenever I do my lashes, I feel so back. These are a little bit more dramatic because I had to use the 18s, but I have a brand dinner to go to tomorrow. So I don't mind them being just a little bit more dramatic than usual, but usually where the 18s are, I will use 16s. So there's a lot more use of the 14s, if that makes sense. It's a little closer to my eye, but as of right now, I have more of a cat eye look kind of going on, and I'm basically using 2 of each length. So this is how the lashes look. The last thing that I do is I just go in and I kind of pinch them. I'll just play around with them until I like the shape of everything. And that is the lashes this week, girl. Again, if you want a kind of more natural look, definitely use more 16s and 14s, maybe even more 14s and 12s. For that really nice look, but the same tips apply whatever length that you use. I hope that helps.